Welcome to State of Mind. A state is ephemeral. It's where you are right now, not where you'll always be.
This podcast is for the people who followed the rules of the game and found themselves asking, now what? Here we talk about recalibration, alignment, and what it means to write your own rules. I'm Kanwulia.
And I'm Leah.
And this is
State of Mind.
Hi, Leah.
Hey, Kanwulia. How are you?
I'm good. Are you watching anything right now?
Industry just came back yesterday.
Oh.
Season 4. So I was excited for that.
Did it live up to your expectations?
It was, I guess, like, it's a whole new season, like a whole new storylines, like some new characters as well. I don't know. But maybe there's just a lot of like setting the stage for what's to come.
I've heard good things about Industry. It's on my to-watch list, but...
Yeah. Which, like, it is an amazing, phenomenal show. Maybe that's why my expectations are just so high for it. So I'm excited to, like, keep following and watching. You'll need to catch up.
Okay. So you know what TV show I'm catching up on right now?
No.
Sex and the City.
Oh,
it's my first time watching it.
Yeah.
I'm still season 1, I think like episode 8.
Yeah.
So very early. But... I like it.
Yeah.
I see why. It's like...
I know. I remember I also started watching it just like last year or like a few months ago too. Like from beginning to end and all through like and just like that. Like I love the entire thing. It's so good.
Wait, what's just like that?
They come back like in like 2008.
That's right.
And then like, yeah.
Like the re-edition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're older. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Watching TV has become one of my hobbies or guilty pleasure. Let's call it hobbies.
Yeah. I'm glad that you bring that up because it should be like it should be viewed as a hobby. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of like hobbies can only be like reading and I don't know, productive things. So yes, I would qualify watching TV as a hobby.
Yeah.
Add scrolling on TikTok to that as well.
Okay, this is a hot take. But no, I agree. I mean, I think at a basic level, our hobbies are things that we devote our time to outside of work for leisure, rest, maybe even like creative outlets. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I now that you're saying this, I do wonder what is the definition of a hobby.
Should we look it up?
Yeah.
Let's look it up. Okay. Let's see how close I was. Define hobby. A hobby is a regular activity done for pleasure and relaxation during leisure time.
Oh,
okay. Run me my money.
Okay, I feel like more people need to know this.
Pursued for enjoyment rather than profit, often involving skills or interests like gardening, sports, crafts, or collecting, serving as a creative outlet or mental break from work. You would think that I looked this up before I said that, but I didn't.
Wow, okay, you knew it. You knew.
But
you're right on the same frequency as Miriam.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it is good for everyone to know what constitutes a hobby. But still, even I think like I love the definition of it, but even the examples that they used were like quite what you would expect for people to have as their hobbies.
Yeah,
like you're actively, what does it say, like being creative.
Yeah, like gardening, sports, crafts. Collecting is one of them. I feel like I don't hear people saying that collecting is their hobby nowadays, but
yeah, maybe not nowadays.
Yeah,
but being a collector, like, like of cards or whatever.
Yeah, but it says like serving as a creative outlet or mental break.
Creative outlet.
Yeah,
that's good to know. I feel like usually when people say their hobbies, it's usually like going hiking. Being productive.
Yeah. No, I mean, reading that makes me think of like the fact that somewhere along the way, hobbies only became like merit worthy if it could be turned into some sort of side hustle, like be monetized, or if it could be like making us better in some way. And I have 2 questions in my mind. The first, like, when did that happen? And the second is why. Like, when did we stop thinking about hobbies as things of leisure?
Yeah.
And why did we do that?
Yeah. I think even going back to why is there a separation? Why are there two categories of guilty pleasures as well as hobbies?
Yeah.
Right? I know you were just about to call watching TV like your guilty pleasure, but I feel like guilty pleasure, like it's shaming. It's shameful. It makes people feel bad for
No, you're so
for
right.
having hobbies that don't fit the archetype, you know?
Because for example, I love reality TV. I love reality TV.
Yes.
Like, I can watch hours of Love is Blind, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like, yes, I love reality TV. But years ago, I wouldn't admit that. I'd say, I like to watch documentaries, which is true. I do like watching documentaries. And, you know, I don't like talk about the TV I like to watch. And I think that there is something about documentaries that feels a bit more noble. I'm learning about something that I didn't previously know. It's like, yes, I'm engaging in this pastime, but I'm also learning while doing it versus reality TV, which is a bit more mindless, maybe a little bit trashy too. And that was something I was like, okay, let me hide that. So I would have categorized reality TV as a guilty pleasure. But today I'm not guilty about it.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It's growth.
It's kind of like it's everyone upholding the system, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone has guilty pleasures, but because it's labeled as guilty and there's this stigma, people don't want to voluntarily like advertise that about themselves. And instead, everyone likes to just wear the mask of like, I love historical, like as a genre, or like historical fiction, or I love, documentaries. Like, no one wants to get into the hobbies that are seen as more, I don't know, like relaxed or like leisure or like not as like exercising your brain muscles. Justice for hobbies. Justice for like
hobbies,
underrated hobbies.
Yeah. Do you think this is like a people pleasing type of, or
I guess so. People pleasing.
I feel like, especially with, it all goes back to social media, but where we curate our lives on a grid, it's almost like we're curating our lives beyond the grid. So where there are some things I'm willing to show insofar as it upholds the brand image that I want you to perceive of me as like smart or like someone that doesn't waste time, that like maximizes all my time, and everything else that doesn't uphold that image or that narrative that I want to communicate becomes like the guilty pleasure that I'm hiding.
Yeah, I think that's on the right track for sure. It's a lot of everyone trying to convince everyone else that they're this polished, refined version of themselves. In most cases, I don't think, certainly not everyone does this. But I also think it's just like learned behavior as well. Like certain people who've maybe been punished for like watching reality TV in the past will then in turn punish other people for watching because they've been brought up to think that it was a bad thing. So they've been indoctrinated in that, and then they just keep the cycle going. Yeah. So I just feel like this is something I first learned like a few years ago, is like, if you're triggered by something, it's usually because it comes from a place of insecurity or something you haven't worked through yet. Like, why does it matter if I'm watching reality TV? Why does a person have such strong opinions against watching reality TV, as opposed to like if everyone were just like truly happy about their circumstance and like their hobbies, they wouldn't feel like such a need to police other people's hobbies. It's as if like, like I'm telling you I like Love Island, and then that should just be like accepted with a okay, cool. You know?
That's interesting. So it's like the policing around hobbies, around what constitutes guilty versus not guilty, comes from a level of insecurity about how we feel about our hobbies and whether or not they're actually fulfilling to us or meaningful to us. And so if we don't feel like our hobbies have merit, then we start policing other people's hobbies.
Right. So, exactly. Yeah. You put it you summed it up like very well. I think it's just comes down to if you're fulfilled with what you're doing, you don't really need to have an opinion on what other people are doing.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Period. That's the quote. Okay, so with
mind your business. That's the quote.
Drink water and mind your business.
Yeah.
That being said, I recognize that there are many hobbies that need to be done in moderation. I can't spend my life watching reality TV. Right? Hobbies are also formative. It impacts who you are as a person. So I think that there are like categories of hobbies. I'll throw out a couple and please add to it. But there's like
learning, like hobbies that contribute to learning and growth.
Yes. So hobbies that contribute to learning and growth. That's great. Creative hobbies. These aren't mutually exclusive, by the way, but like, creative hobbies solely for rest. This could be like mental rest, physical rest, sleeping. What other categories?
Some geared towards being productive and like development, some that are just good for rest and recharging, some that are just entertaining, maybe like those 3 buckets.
Entertaining. Okay, I like that.
Wait, did we say creative in there?
Oh,
maybe that's the 4th bucket. Just like
okay, creative. Okay, so the buckets are growth and learning, rest, entertainment, and creativity.
Yeah,
cool.
I would say that, right?
Yeah, I like that. I don't think so. Not off the top of my head.
But I guess like to that point, I've been partaking in more hobbies across like all of those different pillars as well. So, okay, sorry, just like going back to the question of like, what are your hobbies? I hate like when it's just like small talk and that's just like the default question. And I know it comes up all the time, but I never know how to answer it.
Well, you know what I started asking?
What
do you love to do? Instead of asking people what they do, it's like, what do you love to do?
Yeah. Okay, what would you say to that? What's your answer?
I love working out, trying new restaurants and bakeries in the city.
Okay, underrated hobby.
Yes, and bars, especially in New York. There are just so many nice bars. Yeah. I love engaging in like the cultural scene of New York, the museums, comedy shows, like that sort of thing. Spending time with friends.
Now podcasting.
Yeah, I could go on. Yeah. Reality TV. What about you? What are some of the things you love to do?
Fun response is like DJing.
Ooh.
I first bought my controller in 2018, like the most basic one. But I only get bursts of inspiration like twice a year. So I've like played around with it, like the number of times I played around with the controller, like I can count on like both hands probably, like over the last 8 years. But I'm trying to like be better with it. Okay. You know what gets me inspired whenever I'm out and about and I hear like a really not pleasant DJ.
And you're like, I need to fix
I'm like,
this. If I see it,
the New York City is depending on me.
Be the change.
Yes, be the change you want to see. I'm just like, this motivates me that I'm like, I know I can do better than this. I just need
I can't wait to hear you DJ a set.
Put it into practice.
No, as we know, I follow your nighttime playlist. I trust that you would be a solid DJ.
Yeah. So that's my thing. I've always made playlists. I love making playlists and like curating it by vibe. It's so funny that also speaking of shows, Overcompensating is a show, and there's just like one very quick like line in it that like a background character says that could be so easily overlooked, but it resonated with me because the background character was like, oh yeah, I DJ, or something like, oh yeah, I DJ, like here, like I have it queued up on the aux. It's just like that's his version of DJing. And that's me. So I need to take that like next step and actually doing the transitions and stuff. Yeah, so I've been doing that more. I have my SoundCloud plug. DJ. I think it's just LMN, or maybe it's my whole name, Leah Maria Neal, on SoundCloud.
DJ LMN.
Yeah, so Lemon.
You know where to find
yeah,
her.
yeah. My initial is Lemon.
Love that.
Yeah, and okay, in the spirit of just like doing things and not needing it to be perfect and refined, I've just been like posting mixes whenever I do it now, like even if it's rough. So yeah, cut me some slack there. Okay, so that painting. I've been painting a little bit here and there. That's been really nice. And yeah, and I guess like with all of these things, like something good to remember, and like something that I struggle with as well, and maybe was why I'm not very consistent with my hobbies, or like take some time to actually start, is that you have to be a beginner again. And it's really frustrating. Like just not being good at it immediately. Yeah, that's another thing that I'm just practicing getting more used to, like being okay with like struggling in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's something I've heard throughout as you've like described your hobbies, is this desire to get better at it. And that's one of the benefits I really value of hobbies. It's like the opportunity to continue perfecting something that that doesn't necessarily have to add any monetary value, but you're doing it just for the joy of it. Right? Like you want to get better at DJing because you enjoy DJing, or like painting. Yes, it's relaxing, but also it's a skill that you get to work on, which I think is really cool. But I agree, it's tough to be new at something again. I started taking tennis lessons. I just spent one summer taking them, and I was so bad, like shockingly bad. I'm actually shockingly bad at most sports. Shocking to me, maybe to other people too. And I remember being so frustrated that my backhand and my forearm were both really terrible. And even after weeks of doing it, it was still really terrible. It was actually a joke between my coach and I. But as I was practicing, I'd have to remind myself, like, Kanwulia, you're doing this for fun. Like, you're not trying to go to the U.S. Open.
Like mental breakdown.
Right. Like, this is supposed to be a relaxing thing. And it's okay to be bad at it.
It's okay to be bad.
Actually, I think it's good to be bad at some things. Like, I think it's good to be a beginner. It keeps our minds young when we are continuously learning and not shortcutting learning just so that we can say that we're good at it. Yeah, that's a really good take. I know you had mentioned the other day the question of around, like, who are you if you're not the thing that made you special? And I think hobbies come into play here for sure. That's a good point.
And I know you also mentioned like doing these things for yourself, but if you are just like intrinsically only motivated by like being held accountable by other people, or like how you show up to other people, I also think that having hobbies would just make you more interesting.
I agree.
And give you more to talk about.
Yeah,
especially like with catch-ups, like you're not only talking about work, right? I feel like especially in American culture, it's so easy to just always revert back to talking about work and like who you are by the title that you hold, which is a very toxic American trait. But if you have actual interests, like what are you loving right now? Like what makes you, like what are you excited about right now? What are you working on? It's just like better for everyone. Like you love talking about it, the other person loves to like get to know this other side of you as well. And
it's a helpful point of connection. It just makes it easier to strike up a conversation with someone that you're just meeting because there's another point of connection there.
Yeah, like you said, it's also good to get the reps of being bad at things. So it doesn't seem like such life or death to either be good at something or bad at something. Like you can be bad at something and still enjoy it. Like I guess it's like a rewiring of your brain, like being able to enjoy things while being a novice at it, as opposed to only sticking to the things that you're an expert on and like only deriving joy from it because you're good at it.
Tying this back to where we started at the beginning of the conversation in different types of hobbies, there are some hobbies where I can actually improve. Running is one of them, and then there are others where there is no improvement. I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it. Watching reality TV is something I wouldn't have back.
How much harder can I watch Love is Blind?
And I think that this is another way we can delineate what some might define as guilty pleasures versus not so guilty pleasures. The guilty pleasures are those that we can't get better at over time, and the not so guilty pleasures are the ones that we can get better at over time. But I would argue that there are benefits to both. The ones that we do just for the sake of it, and the ones that we do so that we improve over time.
Yeah. Like you said, everything in moderation. Everything's a balance. Like you can't only always be learning. Like you're gonna burn yourself out at some point. So that's why it's nice to have the things that are just mindless and just like that's your time to rest.
I actually think of it as like almost like a rest day for your brain. At the end of the week, my brain is so fried. I need a couch rot. Like, I don't want to read anything that I have to think about too much. I want to watch mindless TV. And I kind of, sometimes I want to scroll, like I want to see the reels that'll make me laugh a little, but then I don't have to think about too much.
This is us giving our listeners permission to rest. It's okay to rest.
Exactly.
I know like there's the bad rap that like telling a woman to relax like gets, but I like, oh my gosh, I never hear that. Tell me to relax. Can someone order me to relax?
Leah, relax.
Yes.
Tell me.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
Kanwulia, relax.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. But yes, I totally agree. I don't think that we have enough permission to relax today, especially women in our society. And I mean, there are multiple factors that drive that. One is like comparison driven by social media. Like we're constantly trying to live up to the highlight reels that we're seeing. And if we don't feel like we are, then anxiety pushes us to strive. But then also just some of the societal demands that come with our identities as women, for example. We're constantly told to be, constantly told to prove. And then we internalize some of that. It kind of goes back to self one, self two idea that we had talked about on an episode. But we have permission to take a beat, watch the reality TV, watch the rom-coms.
Yes, yeah. Catch up with your friends, go restaurant hopping, bar hopping.
Sleep in.
Yeah. To that point of the restaurant hopping, bar hopping, I've also been doing that, I guess, a little more recently, or I guess like reframing my thinking around it as not only thinking about it as like, okay, catching up with a friend, also getting like to try a new place, which is great, but also like living in New York like as a tourist.
Ooh.
Because I was like, oh, I love Paris, I love London, but also when I'm there I like really make an effort to like explore the city. And I was realizing that like when I come home to New York I just take a lot for granted and I don't really do that as much. So now I'm like, yes, let me look up the gallery openings and exhibits and like find the vibey wine bars and hang out at those. So I've been really enjoying that. That's been my hobby, I guess, as like a big umbrella term, like being a tourist in your own city.
What's a restaurant or bar you went to recently that you really liked?
What's been like a vibey? Okay, well, you and I went to With Others.
Oh, yeah.
In Williamsburg. That was really cute. And they had really good wine
fan.
there.
Oh, we also went to Double Chicken Please.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in your top list, but it's certainly one of mine.
Double Chicken Please. Yeah, that was cute. That was a cute moment.
Yeah.
It was us and our friend Ayushi. Double Chicken Please was like really interesting. It's always like a long wait. I don't know if you can. Oh wait, you did make a reservation.
I did, yeah.
But there were like 3 sections of the restaurant, and like each section has like a different menu. Yeah. So like we just ended up being there for like 5 hours, I think.
Yeah.
We're bar hopping, but like within one restaurant.
I realized afterwards that it's like top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
Like ranked top 5
That's
bars
another
in the world.
thing. Like, oh my God. Like people are saving up, like just hoping one day they can come to New York. And here we are taking it for granted.
Yeah.
Like we have to, that's why I also kind of love when I have friends from out of town and I get to see New York through their eyes as well.
Yeah.
Because it gives me a renewed sense of gratitude for being in this like really great city.
Yeah. I am a young New Yorker. I know you were born and raised here. I've been here for just over a year now, but that resonates. I grew up in the suburbs of DC, and I didn't go to the monuments until after I left. It wasn't until after I'd moved away that I had this new appreciation for the area. I went to a lot of the Smithsonian's, which are free, by the way. And I hadn't done that growing up, but I went to a lot of the Smithsonian's. I walked and saw a lot of the monuments, took a photo in front of the White House. I was definitely doing all the touristy things, but the appreciation didn't come when it was in my backyard.
Yeah.
It came when I'd moved away.
Do you think it's because you always just assume you'll eventually see it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. And also, I think that because it feels so familiar, the sense of wonder is gone. But it wasn't until I left and I'd realized how cool it was that I grew up like 30 minutes from the White House without traffic. That I was like, actually, like, let me explore that. And let me take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Question for you. Are there any hobbies you gave up as a child because they didn't feel worthy?
That's a good question. I also kind of wonder, like, do children have hobbies? Is that weird to ask? Because I feel like
That's so meta.
I was told to do everything. Everything that I did was because I was told to do it.
Oh, interesting. So it's like, when does it become a hobby? Like when you start choosing it for yourself, or you start doing it because you're told?
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, now that I'm picking up painting again, like probably the last time that I painted, was in school, like when it was a class, you know, which I did enjoy. But it was interesting that, like, yes, I was told to do it, but I did also enjoy it. So, like, yeah, maybe it is getting meta. Like, if you enjoy it and you're being told to do it, is it still a hobby? I don't know.
Okay, so maybe we remove the as a child from a question. Are there any hobbies you gave up because they didn't feel worthy?
Oh, maybe it's like, what are things that were like deprioritized, like the first things to be deprioritized, I guess. And I think that's just like being an adult, like creativity, right? Like that's the first thing to get.
Yeah.
To use a GRE word, defenestrated.
Ooh, I didn't study that one. Define defenestrated.
Cast out a window.
Defenestrated. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Maybe it also came up in Succession. That's why, or sorry, Industry. That's why it's like fresh in my mind as well.
That's hilarious.
I think, unfortunately, like being creative is just like one of the first things to get dropped, as well as rest, right? And like taking care of your health. I know when like there were so many competing priorities, especially at HBS, and also just like being an adult, like time and time again, it was like the first thing to always be dropped was anything that was good for your health.
Yeah.
Like resting or working out. How about you?
I mean, to that point, if I feel like if someone were to ask, like, what are you doing? And you said nothing, people would be like, nothing? Like, you're not doing anything? Like, that's so taboo. At HBS, we're constantly doing things. I mean, and even beyond, I feel like we're just constantly doing things. And when we want to do nothing, that is looked down upon in a way.
Or like you need to come up with an excuse.
Right.
Like saying no or like not doing nothing is like not enough of a reason to not do something else that someone else wants you to do.
Exactly.
Or something.
Exactly. But yeah, a hobby I defenestrated was, did I say that right?
Defenestrated.
Defenestrated?
Yeah, defenestrate.
Okay, a hobby I defenestrated was writing. And it's something I've been like rediscovering in the last couple years. I defenestrated it for, okay, I'll stop saying that word.
That should be the title.
Hobbies we defenestrate. Okay, anyway, I gave it up because for two reasons. First, I didn't feel like I was good enough at writing. And second, I didn't feel like it was adding enough value to my life. So I just stopped.
I guess, like, how did you define value for yourself in the context of writing?
So when I'm talking about writing here, I'm talking about creative writing. And I didn't feel like I was good enough to publish anywhere, for example, or like good enough to enter like any like poetry competitions or short story competitions in high school. And so I would just write and it would stay in my journal. And then I'm like, if this isn't going anywhere, why am I even doing this? And so that's how I then started feeling like it wasn't worthy. But this isn't supposed to be a sad story. This isn't supposed to be sad. Okay, well, I mean, there's a happy ending, or it's not an ending. It gets happy. And yeah, a couple years ago, I started writing again in my Google Drive, and there are lots of things that just live there. Then I started writing in my notes app, short stories, different things. Like I feel like a lot of funny things happen in life, and I'm like, I've got to document this. And so sometimes I'll like turn it into a story.
Whoa!
And it's not always finished, but it's just like fun.
Yes.
To do on the subway. There were a few times where I posted something I wrote on LinkedIn, like a reflection, and seeing it resonate with people felt really
fulfilling.
Yeah, it felt really fulfilling, and it felt like a full circle moment where I initially gave up something that I felt was unworthy and then started rediscovering it for myself. And now it gives me so much energy regardless of whether or not I'm posting it anywhere, or if it's, it's like living in my journal or in my notes app or what have you. Yeah.
Okay. I love that journey, or that journey to going from channeling a hobby into something productive to finally just doing it for yourself and seeing that like it doesn't, like you're still sharing it with people or even just yourself, but you don't need to have it be published and like reach millions of people in order for you to feel fulfilled in order to do it.
Yeah.
I was just writing down just so I could remember. Yeah, even sharing it with your LinkedIn audience, which I'm sure like I think, yeah, I've seen them before. They've gotten like a lot of reach. I just saw this TikTok recently. It was just putting into perspective like how many people, like even having 6 people respond to your thoughts like is. It was just so funny because this woman was just like coming up with so many examples to like really drill it into your head, like how many people, like even 6 would be. So, or maybe she used a bigger number than that, but it was for 6, for example. She was saying like that's like if 6 people all laughed at your joke that you just made, that's a lot of people that laughed.
A lot of people, you're right.
Yeah. Or she was saying like that's as if like it also went negative. She was saying like that's as if like 6 people came up and each slapped you. That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of slaps.
But yeah, just even saying something that resonates with even like one person like is great.
Yeah, or even like doing something that only resonates with me, right? Like doing something that is private and that I do just because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like even if it has 0 reach, it's still worthy.
Yeah. Like oh, sorry, go ahead.
And I think that was something that I had to learn in the rediscovery of like the love for creative writing.
I started journaling. Maybe I started like a year ago and being consistent about it. And it's just so nice. Like, but even with journaling, I found myself like refining my grammar and like spell checking, and it took a lot of like unlearning for me to finally just be like, let me just like whatever, no one's seeing this hopefully and let me just like spitball a train of thought. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else as long as I get it, you know. And so also tied to that, and maybe also bring it back to like this topic of hobbies, I've been getting more into poetry as well, because I did really love this poetry class that I took in college, but ever since after taking that class, because I had to, like I just never really revisited it. And now also on this path of like wanting to be more present as well, I was like, let me tap into poetry again, because poetry is about like it's art and noticing the mundane through language. And I've yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And also the way that like there's so many different ways to structure poetry and how you relay the story that you're telling or the message that you're sending. It also acknowledges that it's okay for writing to be free form. Like you'll eventually get it. / like maybe that's how we do process things, right, in our heads, but we have to format it in a way that's more clear cut because that's how other people understand it. So yeah, I've been enjoying getting back into poetry as well.
Yeah, I really like that. When I was younger, I used to write songs as well. And what you're saying about how you wrote poetry really resonates. I think it also forced me to slow down. And maybe that's something we need to bring justice to as we like bring justice to hobbies as well. It's like the fact that hobbies help us slow down. I think that is the underrated benefit. Not all hobbies do, of course, but some of them do. And yeah, with songwriting, it forced me to slow down and like internalize something I was feeling. And I remember when I was younger, there were some emotions that were a bit more complex, like my middle school angst days. But then I would just start writing like a song and it came out so easily. And I was like, oh, this is me processing what's happening.
Oh, that's so nice.
And being able to do it creatively made it a bit less intimidating to process. But
yeah, it wasn't until like I went through like falling in love that like love songs finally resonated with me, or like went through breakups and then finally the sad breakup songs resonated with me. But yeah, it is like you're feeling so I know in this case like I'm just like a listener, like I'm consuming the other artists creative work and you were actually creating it. You were on the other side, but like their art and their words and their songs and the melody like resonate with you in a way that just like I don't know, just talking about it in therapy like would never be able to replicate. I mean therapy is great in its own regard.
100%. We are pro therapy, go to therapy. But no, I totally agree. I think music helps put language to feelings that are sometimes hard to communicate. And also it creates a sense of community, like reminding you that you're not alone. If an artist put words to it, then like certainly other people know what this feels like to fall in love and then fall out of love. And like the grieving process that comes with that. It can feel so isolating in the moment. And it's so vulnerable. But then you hear someone else singing your exact feelings and you're like, yes, this is what I feel. And I'm not alone.
Oh, this is why we love Olivia Dean.
This is why, guys, Olivia Dean. I feel like I am her biggest ambassador at this point.
She should bring you on tour.
She really should. Olivia Dean, if you ever hear this. I have been top 0.05% of listeners on Spotify for the last 2 years in a row.
Oh, I need to look at mine. But Olivia Dean does that so well. Oh, it just has such a way with words. Yeah, I know she's a Pisces. So Pisces are very like in their feelings. So maybe that's why she's like feeling her feelings so much that that's why she can sum it up perfectly. She can encapsulate the feeling in her songs and in her lyrics. Yes. Okay, well, this was
maybe the last question to end on. What hobby are you giving justice to this week?
What hobby? Now I'm like so fully enmeshed in like sitting in my hobbies and owning them that like it's not even like a weekly thing. I guess like my hobby, I don't know. Oh my gosh, wait, this is hard to answer. I guess like if you're giving justice to it, it has to be like one that was traditionally deemed a guilty pleasure. My hobby, I'll just say like my hobby is just like hanging out with my friends. I just like want to hang with the girls and the gays.
Hang with the girls and the gays. Okay.
What's yours?
For me, I'm gonna watch many episodes of Sex and the City. I kind of want to finish season 1. Wait, actually maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know how long season 1 is.
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm watching TV.
Yes. Breaking news. Okay.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Let us know which hobbies you're giving justice to this week.
Yes. And also let us know what you would like us to talk about in the episodes to come as well, because we would love to talk about something that you would love to, that you have thoughts on.
Yeah.
Would love to hear about.
Yep, with us. In the comments,
yes.
wherever you're watching this.
Yep, with us, but in the comments.
You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, etc.
Okay.
All the places. Okay.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. Yay. That was fun. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of State of Mind. If you listen to the full episode, share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear them.
If you liked what you heard, please like, comment, leave a review, and follow us wherever you listen.
And note, this podcast reflects our personal opinions and experiences and is for informational and conversational purposes only.
It is not intended as medical, mental health, legal, or financial advice.